we run a lot of front end traffic. We got, 6, 7 salespeople that are full time. Like, we get a lot of book calls. We sell a lot of front end high ticket. And like most of that revenue that I showed you doesn't even include all the wires and all the stuff that we get for like all the stuff that I do privately. Every client hates me, but they make more money. So the private portfolio is 10 to 20K a month, or they could give me $198,000 a year. So yeah, we drive ads, and we spend ads 22 days a month. Okay, 22 days a month at about 20 to 25K a day, give or take.
In the last 5 years, the biggest thing that we have seen a massive decline on from businesses going remote since COVID was the lack of mentorship inside of a building. When you work alongside somebody, you can get so much more done.
Guys make so much money. Are they account managers? Do they handle that person? Do they get new business? Am I too nosy?
No, you're not nosy. You could ask those questions. So how do we make so much money? I've ran 50 events. I've never been asked this question. So, yeah. I mean, dude, like, I appreciate the question. How do we make so much money? It's such a vague question. I mean, we run a lot of front end traffic. We got, 6, 7 salespeople that are full time. Like, we get a lot of book calls. We sell a lot of front end high ticket. And like most of that revenue that I showed you doesn't even include all the wires and all the stuff that we get for like all the stuff that I do privately.
Revenue doesn't include ad spends for clients, does it?
No. We can't take that because that's a tax write-off. That would be illegal. Yeah, no. Our clients, they want to get the tax write-off for the ad spend. If I went to anybody in this room and I was like, hey, give me X, I'll use the money. People do that, by the way. We don't do that because you want the tax write-off. You want stuff that's like trackable with that. So yeah, we don't take a percentage of your ad spend. That's weird. Yeah, no, of course.
Appreciate the questions.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was like, bro, he's just so bold.
The first one, I was like, I wasn't getting it, but yeah, no, I get it. Your question is kind of secondary to like the fulfillment team, the back end team. I'll tell you one thing, that if you want a team of culture of people that are bought in to not only like our vision, but you don't want them to feel like they're just kind of on a treadmill, just like running. You have to have them tied into have clarity behind the success of the people they're working with. You need to force that communication. How many of us work online right now? A lot of us. Like, one of the biggest things that I've actually, Patrick Bet David is who I heard this first from, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. He said, in the last 5 years, the biggest thing that we have seen a massive decline on from businesses going remote since COVID was the lack of mentorship inside of a building. When you work alongside somebody, you can get so much more done. You think of like corporate America at the beginning stages, right? You come in at entry level, you're working with somebody, you're learning, you're improving your skill sets, you're seeing them every single day, you're getting quick responses. That mentorship is what people develop in. When you work online and every conversation is through a Zoom or a huddle, you don't have those micro interactions and you're not actually learning just from being around people. Now you're forced to go watch YouTube videos, buy courses, come to events. So the overall rate of learning has massively declined, and the communication. So what you have to do is you have to try and force, and it's not easy, I'll tell you, it's really not. You have to try and force that in person online. And how do you do that? Well, if you give me some money, I'll pay you. I'm just kidding. The big thing is that like you have to create the core values in the company at the beginning. You have to lead by those. Radical transparency is one of our core values, if you haven't noticed. And it is. And I think when people speak up and believe what they're saying and they stand behind what they're saying, you have people that are kind of bought into, they're not just saying things to say things. And when they work with individuals in our company, whether it's somebody alongside them or a client in itself, every single thing that they're doing is tied to some sort of data point or some sort of conversation that they had that relates back to someone's success. Versus you don't want a bunch of people just kind of just doing busy work all day and saying they're doing work. It has to be related and tied to the customer itself. So open communication, consistency, transparency. Don't just do these little 5-minute huddles. Like, jump on, sit on a call for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours on a Zoom. And I'm telling you, you'll see like people's like brains, like their bodies or souls just drain from them. They're like, oh, this is what hard work looks like. They're used to like a 30-minute hard work. How many of us in this room even have assiduity? Assiduity. The ability to sit your ass in a chair and do work. Very few, right? We got like 2 hours in us, then we're like, I got to go on a walk. Right? You have to force that because we're online nowadays. And you have to build that behavior into individuals around you. And it's just effort. I know it's as simple as sounding as that. It's effort. You build those behaviors into people. You create the leaders. You level them up. You set clear cadences for them to actually grow. Something that he said was the employee maturity model. I don't know if he's writing right now, but people want visions, and they want to see that you've casted a vision so big that they can see themselves inside of it. And I first learned this from Brandon Dawson. He got up on stage and he was like, this is XYZ person working for us, making way more than him. I'm like, he works for you? Because him and Grant have casted a vision so much bigger than the place they were working at the time. He didn't need the money anymore. He wanted to be a part of something even bigger. And real A players want to buy into that. So who are you setting yourself as? What type of vision are you casting? If you want to be attract A players, you need to cast a vision that they want to buy into. And a lot of us right now, like I didn't want to say it until the end, but I'll briefly state it right now, is we want the best people in the rooms, but most of us in this room are having a hard time even explaining clearly what it is that you're doing. Like, if you can't explain it clearly, you can't expect anyone on your team to understand it. And no one's going to come work for you that's an A player if they don't understand what you're saying either. Right? So start with the basics, but yeah. We got ads, book calls, close.
Okay, so he asked the question, so I'm going to tell you the answer. I was radically going to be transparent about this. So this is our business in a fucking weird spider webby thing, okay? So we have ads, we have email, we have organic. Okay, I wasn't completely done with it because there's a lot more, but I'm trying my best to like make this easy. Huh?
Great movie.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay. So, I'll be honest, dude. I have no idea what that movie is, but I just went along with it. All right. So, I thought you were giving me a compliment. You're like, a beautiful mind. I'm like, thanks, dude. You know, like, you know, it's all good. All right. So, we drive ads. Okay. So yeah, we drive ads, and you know, we spend ads 22 days a month. Okay, 22 days a month at about, you know, 20 to 25K a day, give or take. Okay. The reason why I say 22, actually it's less because we don't run ads on, oh no, it's 22, excuse me. Okay, so 22, we got organic that I post 9 times a day. We got affiliates. So we have people that send us referrals, Hyro sends us referrals, other, obviously clients that we have do, and then we have my email list. Okay, that all drives to the book call, or it goes to scale your ads, or it goes to webinars. Okay, so once that gets driven, I need some fucking water after this. Once that gets driven, it goes to a closer or a setter or me. Okay, no, I'm not in the sales process. I'm talking about me doing my webinars. Okay, and then what are you about to do?
Cool.
Oh, okay. So we have 3 main products, okay, that we sell on the phone. We have our Done For You webinar, which is 20K. We have our Startup Growth and Accelerator, which are Done For You ad packages that go from $3,500 to $6,000 a month. And then we have Private Portfolio. Private Portfolio is one-on-one with me. Every client hates me, but they make more money. So the Private Portfolio is 10 to 20K a month, or they could give me $198,000 a year. Okay. Then when they pay, they go to onboarding. Okay. And onboarding consists of a couple of things. There's, we have, A players, we got expectations being set. Okay. And we upsell organic, and then we upsell email marketing. We upsell AI setters for people who don't have the, they don't want to take on more payroll for a real setter. They want us to plant one of our AI setters because I have an affiliate with Nedzo. That's one of our affiliates. I have a piece of that business. So basically, we just get, good deals from them. Okay. From there, then they get upsold to sales training with Brendan back there, the tall, handsome dude who just got married. So then they get upsold there. That's Sales Alchemy. And then within that time frame, they're between month 2 to 4, we're looking to get them re-signed. Once they re-sign, they can either buy the same package they're on, or they get ascended to a higher package, or we upsell and leap them above a tier. So let's say they went from growth to accelerator while skipping growth. That would be a leap, because it goes startup, growth, accelerator. If I'm on startup, I would be like, oh, well, I'm making more money. I could afford accelerator. I don't need growth. I can just skip it, or I can leap, okay? Then after that, we're building a longer-term relationship. So now we can sell all the boring shit. Websites, maybe they want their website redone. They want their CRM rebuilt.
SEO.
And then we have,
There's other things, SEO.
and then, yeah, SEO, yeah, but I don't have that much room on here. Well, we could add it to this. That's websites. And then we have affiliates with these 3 companies that then pay me monthly. So I have a sponsorship with Hyros, GHL pays us a lot, and then WAP pays us a good amount. So that is basically how someone would move from front to back, if that makes sense. Okay.